That was quick. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me, Johnny McElherron on In the Metal. This week, I am freshly back from this great city of Geneva, where I have spent a hectic 5 days running around the place from pillar to post to see and take in the best of the independent watches that have been released for 2026 at the Watches and Wonders event. And straight away, I am going to go across to Brooklyn in New York City to welcome Jay Kumar. Jay, what
Oh,
is the story?
hey, I was waiting for you to get back. So that is the biggest story what I have, more than
I
anything.
hope you weren't holding your breath.
I
So,
know, I know that you have gone through a lot of these brands. I know that you've met a lot of the independent people. I also know that you have met a lot of our common friends. So it's all you, my friend. Let's go.
look, we actually do have that. This is one of the things, Jay. Do you know that whenever we spoke originally about a month ago,
Yeah,
and we were talking about this, there's so many names and people in common. It's the same with Dan. Whenever we were speaking with Dan,
yeah.
we were connecting on with so many people, and and that's the lovely thing about this. It's a big world, but it's a small community. That
Yes.
the independent watchmakers, and so it's been I went and spent 5 days. I arrived in Geneva on Sunday with my son, so
Oh, wow.
it was
Oh, it's
brilliant
cool.
to get a
You
week.
must have been very surprised to see all the people going and talking to that.
He thought I was giving out $10 bills. There was people coming across me going,
Oh, that's
So no, it takes a lot to impress my Daniel, but he was brilliant company, and
yeah.
it was such a different event for me this time around. And but yes, it was from the start. It was Monday morning,
Yeah.
straight in. The first, like the way that Watches and Wonders is laid out, is that okay? You've got the main event is it's called Watches and Wonders
Yes.
itself, and it is in this enormous
Palexpo.
expo hall. Yeah, yeah, called
Palexpo, Geneva.
Expo.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
SIHH. Remember, SIHH was Palexpo. I went there at least 4 times. And I
yeah.
was once invited by Mr. Siddiqui. The other time I was invited by Dia Diamonds. Like, I got invited by people who went to the show as, as a friend of the brand.
Brilliant. Well, I got invited in as security, and but I quickly got rumbled, and so so no, I've been at SIHH and over the years,
Yeah.
the last few years of SIHH, I was there with as well my great friend Pietro, and also
Oh, the
sadly
limited
this
edition, right? Shout out.
Simon Cudd. Yeah, absolutely. The limited edition. And I've spent 10 years working with the limited edition, and
Yes.
I've had really enjoyed my time there. I guess this year I've stepped aside a little bit because I want to focus on In the Metal and a few of
Okay.
my own projects. And but I spent some quality time with Pietro and Sammy and Ollie and
Yeah.
Luca and Mickey over in Geneva, and
Yeah.
great to see the whole team again. And so yeah, I was saying there. Yeah, so you have this central event, which is the Watches and Wonders in the Palexpo. There you have all the big brands, like the Grand Maisons, from Patek, from
Yes.
Vacheron, and Audemars Piguet, Rolex,
Okay. All of them. They're all there.
all there. And then there's like a concession area where it's called Carré des Horologiers, where you have the independent brands,
Mm.
and so that's always a cool place to hang. I actually didn't get a chance to do that this year because there was so much other stuff happening.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So next to the Palexpo is a beautiful old chalet called Villa Saracen, and that hosted an event.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hosted an event called Time to Watches, and that is an event
Yeah.
that I have watched over the last few years. growing from strength to strength to
Oh,
strength.
really?
It's a very cool event. Now, I think they had almost 80 brands, maybe more.
80 brands, all independents?
In Villa Saracen,
Yeah.
yep, they were, and it was a well, very well set up event. And look, I remember years ago it was like a marketplace, and nowadays it's a lot slicker. There are maybe 7 or 8 brands in one room. You go in and you have a look around
Yes,
and
yes.
talking to people. Great experience. I've been looking through some of the images that I have here for tonight's episode, and I think I only have maybe one from Villa Saracen, and but the rest were from in the city centre, the
Yeah.
Hotel Beau Rivage.
Beau Rivage
And,
had some brands over there too. Yes, of course.
again, crazy. 5 floors in this fabulous Geneva hotel with every suite, every complex in the hotel
5
had,
floors.
yep,
Wow.
amazing. So I on the Monday morning went straight in and straight up to the very top floor because I have some friends there who you will know and love well. Albert, Peter, and although Max wasn't there, you know I'm talking about Zeitwinkel. Zeitwinkel launched.
Zeitwinkel. We did talk about Zeitwinkel last episode, and I am so glad we're going back to them because I think there is some novelties what you want to talk about.
They have 2 new pieces out. Essentially, it's 2 variants of one new model, and that is the Zeitwinkel name all their watches after degrees because it is Zeitwinkel is time angle.
Angle.
And so they have for a start, they're a brand that I have known for years and years and years, and I have so much love for what they do, and also for the people. For me, people is the key. If you get on with people, it puts what they do in a different light. They introduced a brand new piece called the 173 degree sapphire.
It's 173 sapphire fume, no?
Go again, Jay.
Is it the 173 sapphire fume? Fume?
That is the fume. That is the fume. And what is new about this? And I've been thinking about this. All the brands turn up at Geneva, and everything of what they do, it's very important to them. I think the 173 degrees for Zeitwinkel is a really, really important development, an important addition to their portfolio because Zeitwinkel are a brand. They do not react to trends or what's fashionable or anything like that. They very much are their own brand. They do things in their own way.
Yeah.
Previous to this, they have had you will have seen this kind of layout, this format before on the 273, which is a 42.5 millimeter case. This is 39.7.
Oh my God, that is a big deal for them to get a case like that. It's like smaller, and it must be very, very nice.
Jay, it was I was really, really smitten by this piece. I'm showing you this image at the minute because if you look at it, it's got that beautiful curvature, the concave bezel that goes up and just meets the crystal. It's 12.9 millimeters high, 39.7 millimeters across. And the thing about Zeitwinkel is that it's not a shouty watch by any measure, but there is so much attention to detail everywhere you look.
That is really
there's, Albert has told me many times that whenever he is, whenever they're working on the movies, because the movements are all in house, that they decorate parts of the movement that no one apart from a watchmaker will ever see, and it's a little touches of attention to detail like that.
Yes.
And for me, this new Sapphire Fume and its sibling, the Sapphire Bleu,
Oh,
which
beautiful.
adds a completely different personality to
Oh,
the watch.
yeah.
It's beautiful. They were a little bit concerned at the start because the movement is generous in its proportions, and they were wondering how it would be contained within the 39.7
Of
millimeter
course.
case.
Yes, yes, yes. I see.
And for me, let me tell you, I've had it on my wrist. It rocks. It really, really
Such a
does.
beautiful, beautiful one.
And so I was really impressed with that. And
The blue, is it a titanium or brushed steel?
that is also steel.
Okay.
And so it's hard to get the images that I got of it weren't good enough to post up here. So I've actually gone to their website, um,
Oh,
to borrow a couple of
yes, yes, of
images
course. Yes, I see what you mean. But
from there.
it looks really different. I mean, than the Sapphire Fume, because you see, I've seen the Sapphire Fume when they just launched it, and it was, for me, one of my favorite watches. And now I look at this blue. It's it's
It's gorgeous.
yeah, it's
And when
gorgeous.
you have that watch at an angle, when it's on the wrist, you can barely see through it. But when you're looking at it head on, you can
Yes,
see
yes,
how
you
the
see it.
sapphire
Yeah,
crystal
yeah,
is semi-transparent, and
yeah.
oh man,
It's
absolutely
fantastic.
beautiful. They have it's equipped with their own in-house caliber, the W0103,
Yeah,
and which is obviously it's a automatic self-winding. You can see
yeah,
there with the new semi skeletonized rotor.
yeah.
It beats at 28,800, which is 4 hertz, which is a brisk pace for the watch, and it's a power reserve of 72 hours. And I was really, as I said to you at the start, I thought watches that are important to the companies. This one really was one of those, and
It looks
I,
so beautiful. I mean, it is, as I said, the first time I saw a sight winkle, I already thought, my God, this has got this German precision. It's got the German, work over there. It looks I mean, it's like a lange in a way, and or a glashütte, but it is much more than that. Because everything is made in house, and all of those screws, the piliers, I mean, all of it's insane to see the workmanship of this watch.
absolutely. And as you say, like the Lange, the grand date or the large date is definitely reminiscent of Lange. I just, man, I'd love to see this flying for them. They deserve it. It's beautiful. And it's priced at, where are we? 21,500, which for an in house movement with dial like that, there's no compromising. There's no shortcuts taken in this year. They could probably do it for less if they didn't, if they weren't so fussy about decorating all the different components. But they
Yeah.
do. They throw themselves right into it. I love it. I'm a big fan. I know you are too, and
Oh,
that's why, Jay, I
yes.
wanted to start off with the Zeitwinkels. So that was my first port of call on the Monday.
Yes.
So so my next stop off was a really contemporary
Singer.
brand. Who doesn't love Singer?
God, singer.
Who does not love Singer? You know, they are just. I was reckoning they must be approaching their 10th anniversary now at this stage, and they have been rewriting the rule book since they started. They're headed by the wonderful Marco Borrachino, who himself has been a designer, been responsible for many of the creations at Panerai, going back to the mid 2000s to the 2010s, and he has teamed up with Singer, who are known for the breathing on the old Porsche 911s, 993s, and bringing them back and just making crazy develop cars out of those. This is the Caballero in titanium. It is a new novelty for 2026. They have it's also similar to Zeitwinkel, sub 40 millimeters. It's in a
Yes.
39 millimeter case, standing 10.5 high. So it fits really nicely on the wrist And being titanium, you would barely know you were wearing it. It is a really, really cool piece. Very distinctive, the kind of watch you would recognize from 50 paces, with those 4 jewels set into the crown to hold the 4 barrels, which give that watch 144 hours or 6 days of power
Oh
reserve.
my God, 144. That is
That's good.
insane.
Let me tell you, man, that's absolutely so. And so that was a novelty for this year in titanium. Now, the reason I mention it is because the Caballero has already been launched about a year ago, and
Yeah.
so that was it's a variation on the Caballero collection. The other one that they have is brand new, and this is the Singer dual track. And
Wow.
people who recognize Singer will be familiar with the layout where they have the external bezel, or the external chapter ring, which rotates. If you look at that there, the time is read at the 6 o'clock position. Should I say
Yes.
the second time zone is read at the 6 o'clock position, because that ring rotates on a 24-hour cycle. And so your hours and minutes in your local time is read on the black dial in the center. And then you can have your home time or your second time zone on the chapter ring, which rotates, as I say, on a 24-hour basis around the periphery. And that, let me tell you, is such a cool watch. Singer.
It rotates by itself in the second zone. Is that what you're saying?
Yep. So so you can see where the outside ring, where you can see at the bottom it's 12.
Yes. It's one something, 150.
Yeah, it is 25 minutes to 2 on the local time there. So it is, it's a watch. It's very, very easy to get to become familiar with it. A lot of these are intuitive. I love a watch, Jay, that you have to think about.
Yeah,
it asks you a question.
Yeah.
It says, and it's the kind of piece that you have to study for a moment or two when you figure out how it actually operates. But so this is the dual track, and they have that
also
in
6 days, huh?
Horizon Red and Meridian Green. So two.
It's two different.
Yeah, very,
so
very cool.
Days, right? It says.
Sorry, Jay.
I said it says 6 days also.
Yeah, it's got the same caliber 4 barrel, 144-hour power reserve.
Yes.
And these are coming in at what I would say is you're getting a lot of watch for your money, because the dual track that we're looking at here is $22,500 Swiss francs. So time only, but with GMT or your double time zone. A very, very cool piece indeed. So, Jay, we're halfway through this, what we're supposed to be doing, and we're only at our second watches. This is the actual caliber 4, and you can see the 4 barrels.
Yes, the 4
barrels.
That. Is this on the Caballero or both of them?
That is on the dual track.
The dual track.
The dual track has a kind of a more sporty personality. I'll just flick back to the Caballero. You can see the difference in the case. You can see the portholes pretty much on the back there.
Yes. I see.
You see the Caballero is a little bit more of the leaning towards the classic design. So absolutely fabulous piece, and another really cool young and contemporary watch brand on the up. So
wow, that was really interesting to see. I mean, the way the watchmakers are thinking right now is like totally out of the box.
Design,
having the ability to get 48 hours to 144 hours. You know what I mean? It's like it's like you really have to think, how are you going to manage in that little small piece of case? You know what I mean? It's so much going on, and so many ideas what they got to put through to get to that. It's insane.
No doubt about it. It's like, Jay, what's happening in the independent sector is really independent watchmaking has really arrived. It is now instead of being out there
Yeah,
in the ether somewhere, that the crowds around these places was amazing.
insane, right?
Yeah, yeah,
People
yeah,
people have recognized the power of independent watches, I think.
yeah. Oh, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. And it has been. Look, it's fantastic to see. So while I was up with Zeitwinkel and Singer, these were all in the same. These were all in the Beau Rivage Hotel,
Yeah.
and so I'm not getting paid any sponsorship for promoting them yet. So folks, check out the Beau Rivage Hotel if you want
Yeah,
to see
I
all
know,
the.
right? I mean, next year 2 suites or something like that.
Oh, at least, or maybe a coffee. So,
Maybe a coffee that costs a lot of money.
so who else did I see when I was up in?
I think didn't you see David?
David, I saw David Brailsford. Yes, absolutely. And one of the I don't have I have conscientiously not put any of his pieces up because I want to invite David on for a conversation with
Yeah, that would be really cool.
with
Oh my
Dan.
goodness, with Dan and
Yeah.
you and David, that would
So
be really amazing because
imagine putting those two.
specialty minds with one specialty, crazy genius.
Imagine putting those two together.
Oh. I know exactly. I mean, you don't even need to do that. You're going to be totally gone.
Absolutely, that would be fun. So, so I haven't got that, but look, we maybe do Garrick because what have we done here? Two brands in 20 minutes, 22 minutes. There was over 200 brands exhibiting throughout the city. So, folks, this is not an exhaustive look at the watches, but it's some of the watches that we saw over the first couple of days. Another one in the Beau Rivage was a great guy who I have so much love for, and that is Philippe Narbel. And Philippe,
yes,
well, what Philippe has done, he has established a little community and ecosystem where he encourages and gets the best out of young talents who excel at a particular discipline.
Yeah.
And so he has brought these together, and there's a year or so ago he introduced his Clanic, the KLA 001.
Yeah.
And that watch, it's kind of like a pie pan but inverted, and it has ripples. So
ripples.
Oh man, it is just stunningly beautiful. And so he was there showcasing. I've heard my notes on the Clanic. So yeah, it has the this one was priced at 14,000 Swiss francs, which again for me, that is some value for money.
Very value for money. And also, just a shout out to Jean Cruz, who actually is the one who does the Indies Salon. And I was fortunate enough to meet Narbel for the Indies in New York City. It was amazing how humble and how nice he was.
Absolutely, it comes from the heart. That's what we connect with. It's not about it's not all about dollar signs in front of their eyes. This is trying to preserve this ancient skill. And I've said it before. I believe that watchmaking is one of those very rare skills that goes back hundreds of years, and yet the fundamentals are still exactly the same. And I think sometimes of things like baking, brewing, distilling, carpentry, things like that. They're pretty much yes, they're modernized, but the fundamentals are unchanged.
Yeah.
So what else? He had the Argento, the AGY
Yeah.
version of the AA01, but he also used the opportunity to introduce a new piece, which
Oh,
is his jumping hours, and he has currently taken subscriptions. There will be 12 pieces. These 12 are all fully subscribed at this point, and but I believe there will be a second subscription coming up later in this year, and he has worked on this beautiful piece, and the images do not do it justice in this case. I have
so
looked.
explain to me how this works.
You see the star wheel
Yes.
and the two star wheels.
Yeah.
That is symbolic of a jumping hour. So
Okay.
your hour hand is the blue hand
Yes.
up.
Yes.
We would call the 11 or 10:30 position, and on the top of every hour, that hand, and it's a beautiful animation to see the star wheels interact and jumping and pushing
Really, you see them interact and turn, and that jumps, right?
yeah, it is. And
It's
it
a
is a
beautiful
gorgeous.
version of a jumping hour, I have to say.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. And this is the mechanism, the manual winding mechanism, which he has with his. Don't have that on my notes, but it's what the base movement is. But he has worked on this with another great, and this is the way that Philippe works. He works with other talents, and Florent Lecomte, who is very, very quickly rising star. He has worked with Philippe on the jumping hours, and again, it was one of those pieces that it just was.
What is he selling this for?
That one is 24,000, and as I said, there was a 12-piece subscription, and the subscription is sold out. But there will be, I am confidently led to believe, there'll be a second subscription later on this year, and
that makes a lot of sense.
Look, again, the people that we're talking about here, Jay, today, I hope to have on in the metal in the future, and where they can tell us their own stories. And what I love about what we're doing is that we're able to look at a number of different pieces at any one particular episode, and hopefully, just part of what I've always been about is just stimulating awareness of these brands, which not everybody will have heard of them. So there's another one that I absolutely loved. Well, you've heard Frederic Juvenot.
Oh, wow, yes.
This is Frederic Juvenot's Helios tradition.
This is insane. I mean, it looks like a flower, it looks like a sun, it looks like everything, but it doesn't look like a timepiece, does it?
It only in that it sits on your wrist, Jay. It is. It's a remarkable piece, and what we will do again. This is somebody we'll be talking to in the near future on In the Metal, and we'll get some video of how this beautiful piece works. And so you have the minutes. That little dial in the center is your minutes hand, and around the periphery you have these 12
cones,
batons, cones, absolutely extending outwards from the center. And if we look at it like this,
that is, each of the cones is an hour, right? If I'm not mistaken,
each one is an hour.
Yes,
better than that, Jay, because they are two-tone. Each one is 2 hours, because at the top of every hour, when the minute hand hits the 60, the cone. Currently, what we are. Let's see if I have a better image that I can. It's hard to make it out with that light, but
I see it now. I think I see it now. I see
on this one we're looking at about 3:48.
Yes,
and as the minute hand approaches the hour, right on the top of the hour, the baton at 4 o'clock
will turn,
goes through 180 degrees in the blink of an eye. It is
my God, And it
absolutely.
turns. It does turn, right? Turn around.
Oh, it flicks. It absolutely leaps through 180 degrees,
Oh
and
my God.
so because one side is rhodiumized
Yes.
and it got that white uh, metal color, the
Yes.
other side is rose gold plated.
Oh,
You
now
can
I see.
tell
Yeah,
whenever
of
you
course.
can
Now you see
use
the
that.
line. Yes.
You can use that for the 24 hours. So it's AM, PM, and
AM, PM. Yes, 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 of course.
again, Frederick, where do we start? Frederick, I've known Frederick going back into the early 2000s when he had a company, a company that still exists called Concepto, which was a watch movement innovator and developer
Yes.
working with a lot of the independent brands. And some of the creations that he has invented and come up with defy belief. They are absolutely stunning. And this new Helios, again, he is coming in at the sub 40 millimeter
Yes.
and at 39 millimeter. That seems to be the range. I have to say, I am in approval of 39 millimeters. I am not so hot on the 37s and 36s that some brands are doing. I understand fully why you would have 36, 37. The Asian wrist is definitely a little narrower than mine would be, and so and that absolutely needs to be catered for. But for me, I think 39, you're just at that sweet point where you're pretty much covering all bases. And for me, the to see the Helios
Yeah.
in action and wearing on the wrist, absolutely fabulous piece.
It is a magnificent piece. It is also totally a different outlook on time. It's, of course, it's Frederick Juvenot who actually, is a mastermind behind this. But as I always say, these people have so many different traditional values about watchmaking, but at the same time, they do not want to be in the box. They want to get out of the box and then, look around, run around and see the possibilities which are there out there, which is insanely amazing.
Do you know something? When you say that, Jay, I'm just thinking. In a way, it's a little bit like music. That there are so many fantastic artists and acts that never actually penetrate the mainstream,
Yeah.
and it's the same with the watchmaking. And we've
Yes.
looked at Nightwinkle, we've looked here at Frederick Juvenal. This guy is an absolute genius. He is a profoundly talented
Yeah.
watchmaker, and
Yeah.
I've been a fan for years, and so it was great to see that one. And so he also was sharing a space with another brand that is actually making a return to the limelight, and that is Breva. Are you
Braver.
familiar with Breva?
Yes. I've heard of Braver, but this is the first time I'm seeing something so amazing in front of me. I've never seen this one before.
Is you got double retrograde going on there
Yeah,
with
it's
your
double retrograde. Yes, I see that. But
sure.
how does it work though?
Well, you've got your second hand is at the blue at the bottom.
Yeah. Oh, that's
And
the second hand. Okay.
yeah, so that's your double retrograde,
Yeah.
and so they do 30 seconds. The other hand takes over,
Yeah.
and there's the retrograde springs back. It means that there's always a constant animation happening on
Yes,
the
yes.
dial,
Four.
and this is the Segredo di Lario.
Yeah.
I'm reliably informed how to pronounce it, and so it's another. Breva were sharing the space
Oh.
with Frederick Juvenot, and
Oh, right. So
again tucked away in another little part of Geneva. They
yeah.
weren't in with the main exhibition. They were in an apartment, and so you had to go knock, gain access. All very cool, all very exclusive, and so beautiful, another beautiful piece. Good to see Breva back again. Breva, I don't know if you can remember.
I do remember Braver a long, long, long time ago.
Yeah, they brought out this incredible watch that had an altimeter on it, and actually a barometer as well. So it's like, why not? Why not? The fact that we were able to create that was amazing.
Big deal. It's a big deal.
So again, this
25 pieces, huh?
Yep. This is their proprietary manual wind mechanism.
Yes. And what does it cost?
46,000 Swiss francs. And by the way, we forgot to mention just about the Frederick Juvenot. Were 59,500 for steel.
Yeah.
79,500 for red gold.
Rose gold.
Yep. So
it's also, to think about it, it is so much value for money there. There's so much value for money.
It's something that is super exclusive.
Yes,
you're seeing. I have this thought, this belief in my head that people who are in the market for these pieces, they consider themselves to be very unique and very individual. Yes. And sometimes I think if you go to the yacht club or you're around the port side or whatever, and you see there's two other guys wearing 5711 or the Submarine or the piece they got there. Let me say for the record, I have absolutely no problem with those. Someone asked me in Geneva, said, "Oh God, like you're all into independent watches. Do you hate the big brands?" I go, "No, I don't hate any brands. I haven't time in my life for that nonsense." Yeah.
I mean, the reason why we love watches is because of all the brands. It's not just, but the independent watchmaking is totally another story. It's like you have these geniuses working on pieces for years and years and years, and then when they come out with something like Nobel or Juvenot, and you're
like this,
like that, and you're like, what the hell is going on here? Or this, I mean, the cyclical hour and like two hand, this beautiful tourbillon. It's like, and it's open piece. You feel it's an open piece.
Oh, Jay, this was absolutely another one of those amazing experiences visiting David Kando.
Yes.
Who is at least second generation. I should know, we interviewed him on In the Metal here on one of our past episodes.
Yeah.
And but what we're going on here, so you got this is the Night Forest.
Yes, the Night
carbon and titanium case. Yes. And it has the dialer is brioche titanium.
Yes.
And it has
brioche titanium. I mean, titanium is one of the hardest metal to work, and it's like brioche. I mean, really?
Yeah, absolutely. So, but David Kando is a watchmaker. He is absolutely uncompromising. He is molecular in his attention to detail and also in his technical abilities. What we're looking at there is not only a flying tourbillon, but it's a tourbillon. The whole movement is layered, and the tourbillon is inclined at 30 degrees, and the plates on the movement itself are also inclined at I think 3 degrees offset. It's very hard to tell just by looking at the
30 degrees tourbillon, it says, right? Wow.
Yeah. And
wow, this is really.
So, but even the plates are not flush. They are. There's a tiny, a subtle 3 degree.
Angle yes, I see what you mean. You mean the moment itself?
Yeah, absolutely.
You see the angle.
Yeah, those. I'm looking at these images and I'm kind of looking at them wistfully, thinking they do not do justice to what we're looking at. But the finishing is absolutely it's exquisite. This is why David Kando, I think, will, if he isn't already, is on his way to being immortalized as one of the greats of our time. And so, yeah, this was his Night Forest with that topaz green dial, and he also had with him his the DC1
Wow.
in titanium.
Yes.
Man, these pieces are just absolutely. They're like not. Have you ever seen anybody else creating a piece like that?
Never.
And
I've
you
never
see
seen
the
it.
crown
And the
is
crown.
it
I think
pushes
you
out.
can push it down, and it can adjust the time.
It pops out and amazing piece. And there was the DC6 titanium as well. Again, all variations on the same theme.
Yes,
That
yes. I mean, I love the power reserve up there. It's like you're driving a car.
yeah, it is. It is nice, like a fuel gauge. But oh, oh, again, this is all. We're supposed to be just flicking through my photo gallery.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, David Kando, the Night Forest was. Actually don't know the price of that one, or do I? Is it 248,000 for the
48,000 Swiss francs.
yes for the Night Forest, which is that one,
Yes.
the new piece, and who else? I am going to go say we've got a couple more to look at here, Jay. If that's okay with you, do you have
Of course,
the
I'm
time
good.
for that?
Of course, I'm good.
You're the man.
I'm looking forward to this because I've never seen anything like this. It's insane how many different mindsets are going through the same, creations.
Absolutely, absolutely, and to me as well. It's like every visit to one of these events for me, Jay, is like it's a journey of discovery. In fact, working in the independent sector is a journey of discovery because every day there's
Yeah,
something new. Every
absolutely.
week, somebody's bringing out something
Yeah.
new, something that is a completely new way of imagining the time display or the case or design or the technical complexities. Endless, endless. It seems to be endless. So,
You see, it's also important to have somebody who knows all of these, intensely complicated technological, things, what happens over there. Also, looking at things which makes a world of difference to people who are in the business. But a guy like me, I'm looking at something beautiful. And when you explain to me the background of how these things are working, with this four cylinders, and I'm like, what is going on? You know what I mean? I'm trying to get my mind behind the watchmaker's head to see what was this person thinking at that time when he was making those drawings.
I said to one or two people over in Geneva that to look at some of these creations, they begin as a seed in the mind, and
Wow.
that is it is extrapolated, it is brought out and onto sketches, and then it is created on maybe CAD, or maybe it's done in the traditional way. But the ideas start as a seed in the mind.
It
You
does.
look at people like Stephen McDonald, who has reinvented the chronograph, or
Yes.
uh, you know, it's profound thinking. Where does it come from? Another one I wanted to show. I've got two more I wanted to look at, and one is a rising Dutch watchmaker, and her name, yes,
Oh.
her name is Annelinde Dunselman, and
Annalinde Tunselman. Wow.
she has created this absolute. It is breathtakingly beautiful.
It is so beautiful.
Like I am talking about the. If you look at the hands, how slender the
Yes.
hour minute hands
Yes.
are. They have her in. She's described it as being a flower bud at the tip, and I
Oh
swear,
yeah.
this image looks small to me, but to see this piece up close is it's a stunning piece. And
It shows you so many different watchmaking in one watch. I mean, so many different, models in one particular watch. I mean, it is insane how many different watches I can see in there.
Nice. That sounds a good observation. So it is. You may see something. It's very distinctly Anna Linda Dunstleman. Anna Linda has come. Her career has taken her. She's. I would imagine that Anna Linda is in her 30s, and she has worked in a number of different watch.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
She comes from Holland, the Netherlands.
Oh.
So
I mean,
one of the
Dutch watchmakers were big too.
Absolutely.
Oh, there
And
you
you
go.
can see traces, you can see little hints of the Dutch watchmaking with the shape of the bridges. And
Kronfeld?
a little touch of that, if you like. Anna Linda did put in a certain part of her career working with Tim and Bart Grunefeld in Oldenzaal.
All right. Now, I mean, there's talk no more. Now I see. Yes, of course. Yes,
But
yes.
here's the thing: this piece is just handmade,
Beautiful.
absolutely obsessive about detail. And I know a customer who acquired one of these pieces, and
Yes.
he has been absolutely glowing.
Oh, he acquired one of these play pieces.
Yeah, it's only 10 being made in the first series.
Yes.
And but again, I'm not sure if it's sold out, but it was. Look, it's her. It's called the Black Tulip, and it's called the Black Tulip because the Black Tulip is something that has been a grail for
Dunstleman
flower growers, believe it or not, in the Netherlands, to find the perfect black. It is a pursuit of excellence, and that is what the Black Tulip refers to in the
yes,
name.
of course. Is it also the little flower edges on the hands?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But the concept is about the pursuit of excellence, and the pursuit of perfection, and that is what Anna Linda has been doing. This piece, as I said, 10 examples. It has a 100-hour power reserve, priced at €38,000, ex taxes and tariffs. And for me, just absolutely wonderful to have. I've known Anna Linda for a number of years, and to see her creation in person, the finished article, no longer a prototype, ready to go. It was absolutely fantastic to see. And so there was one other that I wanted to draw your attention to, and I am not sure if you're familiar with Swedish watchmaking company GOS, Gustafsson and Sjögren. And man, where do you see this?
Really? This is like, what is this? My God.
What is this? This is the Winter Nights Series 3. And this is one of the pieces that attracted me to GOS 10, 12, 15 years ago. The dial and indeed the case band around the waist is manufactured out of Damascus steel.
Damascus, yes, of course, you can see that.
Yeah. And Damascus steel is forged by folding layers of two different metals. So there's a hard metal and a softer metal. And they're heated in a furnace, folded over, and then folded over again and folded over again until you get this extraordinary patterning. And this has become one of the signatures of GOS watches. And it like under different angles, playing against the light, it just comes alive. And that is an absolutely stunning piece. And I was thrilled to see this coming out.
Who are the watchmakers?
Pardon?
Who are the watchmakers?
Patrick Sjögren is
Patrick.
Yeah, he is a Swiss watchmaker, and GOS is one of the longest standing of these contemporary watch brands that have been emerging over the last 20 years or so. And one of my favorites, Patrick's always. I've a great time for Patrick. We always connect whenever we're at any events. But what's happening here is that you've got this rose gold, hand engraved dial,
Yes.
or sorry, hand engraved case with bezel and with the rose gold index ring. The hands are rose gold. The little motif at the 6 o'clock position actually is the small seconds, and
I thought so too. I thought that could be the seconds, right?
Yeah. And it's actually called a triskele, which is a Scandinavian symbol.
Oh, right.
Going back, because Patrick loves his Viking stuff and all that there. So and Damascus steel actually has its origins back as the Vikings used Damascus steel when they were creating their weapons, their swords, and I know, I can tell you, I wasn't around at the time, Jay, but I can tell you that the Vikings came and paid a visit or two to Ireland here, and they brought with them their Damascus steel. And like the Irish do like to see off an old foe, but these guys came and stayed for a while. So
they did, huh?
Yeah, they did.
Because the chefs like me, we do use Damascus steel knives. The chef's knives, some of the best chef's knives are made from Damascus steel. That's the reason why I am, a big fan of Damascus steel too.
Well, Patrick actually uses or works with a guy called Connie Peterson in Sweden, who is a master bladesmith as well.
All
so
right.
Maybe we need to hook you guys up, and you can get doing some old Scandinavian. Mind those fingertips, brother.
Oh my God, you have no idea how many times it's been said. That's why these rings protect.
I don't even want to think about it. I have difficulty opening a tin of peas. No. Do we still have tins of peas? I don't know. I haven't seen them in a long time. But anyway, so that is where we're at. That is what we've got. And I think what we need to do, Jay, is actually come back again maybe next week and take a look at
continue with this and see the other 8 brands what you have in store for us. I would be, oh my God, I would be so happy to be a part of this. And oh my God, this is really, really, really amazing.
Okay, me too. I'm enjoying doing this. So as if you can't tell, folks, but but I say the other 8 brands. Like I spent 5 days in the city. It was non-stop, morning to night, into the evening times, catching up with people. It was just brilliant, and still I only got to see probably 15-20% of what I had actually what it was possible to see. And but that's the thing with these events.
5 days?
5 days. 5 days. Flew past. And but look, for me, we haven't even talked about the AHCI people or anything they got there yet. So listen, I think what we do, we will we're approaching we've gone over the 50-minute mark. These are supposed to be 30-minute things. Jay, so,
you know that it'll never be 30 minutes.
I was never
so much in there to talk about the brands and everything else. So it's absolutely I'm good with whatever. It doesn't even matter.
You got it, man. You got it. And hopefully what I want to do is to get Dan to come and do some one-on-one with the watchmakers as well. So we're going to throw a little bit of a Scandinavian word, smorgasbord of different offerings. So to kind of diversify a little bit what in the metal is, but it's good fun doing it. So what we'll do, folks, is say thank you very much for joining us. It has been a great pleasure talking through some of these amazing creations. If you like it, do us a favor, follow us, subscribe over on YouTube. I'll work on getting some graphics for down there so as you can hit on the link next time. And
good thing.
So, look, I don't know. What can I say? So
it's the same thing over here. Don't worry about it.
Absolutely. So folks, if you like what we're doing, give us a little follow there. Tell a few of your friends to join us the next time, and we will be back, and we will looking forward to seeing. Oh, we've got a couple of people who've just said Goldfinger, Johnny, Jess, gentlemen. That's a compliment to me, I can tell you. And this guy here called Watch Ape is giving us a round of applause. Watch Ape, it was a lot of fun being in your company last week, and looking forward to doing that again with you. So Jay and everyone, thank you so much indeed for joining us for this week. We'll be back again with part 2 of the Geneva report, and we look forward to catching up with you then.